Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of TEW 2020 WWE here. As today, we're continuing on. We're back. Post Survivor Series War Games, ending on the road to the final premium live event of the year, the NXT exclusive NXT Takeover War Games. Even more War Games to come as we come to a close on 2022. And the Smackdown and Raw co-branded Armageddon. War Games and Armageddon. What a way to end a very peaceful Christmas, I'm sure. And yeah, this is going to be all the shows together once again, not single episodes. For that, we'll go at some points. I'll probably go single episodes again, like in the build up to Mania, maybe. But we're back to big episode of all three shows. Lovely. And so, without further ado, let's just jump right into it, shall we? Kicking off things as always with another episode of Monday Night Raw, which gets underway with Triple H and his Chosen coming out. Now, it's not all of them. It's Triple H, the Raw Tag Champs Finn Balor and Adam Cole, Andrade, and a very, very angry Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens doesn't say anything, but you can tell by looking at him that he is not happy. He is not happy at all. And Triple H says that at Survivor Series, what he said would happen would happen. He chose the superstars in this ring. And the superstars who aren't in this ring right now, but were there. Because he knows that they're the best. And that's what they are. Because you sit at Triple H's table, you earn your spot. Triple H says they came out victorious in War Games, but you see, that wasn't just the superstars in this ring with him now, was it? No. That was Seth Rollins. Well, you know how Seth wants to make his own little celebration later tonight, and I'd be remiss in not giving the new WWE champion that. Kevin looking very, very angry. And then Triple H, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the newest superstar taking smart enough to take a seat at my table. The newest superstar who's ready to go to the next level. The man who chose the winning side. The man who is no longer just a future, but with me by his side and a seat at my table. He is the now Austin Theory.
A-Town.
Down.
Let's go! A-Town down! Scream it out loud! A-Town down! Future's right now! A-Town down!
And Austin Theory making his way down to the ring. The boos deafening after what he did to Randy Orton. But Austin Theory comes down to the ring. Big hug for Triple H. You know, big hugs for everyone, even a very angry Kevin Owens. Austin Theory gets the mic and he thanks Triple H for his support, for finally giving him someone worth looking up to. And Austin says that all those weeks ago when he was sat in that restaurant alone, stood up by Randy Orton, his supposed boys for the God knows how many time, walking out there, he was sad. He didn't know what to do. Underappreciated, unloved, and then when that limo pulled up and Triple H said, "Get in," and Triple H was there with the boys in this ring with me now and Seth, I knew I'd found my family, my crew, my boys at last. Randy, you never appreciated me for everything I did for you. You just want to call me up when it's convenient, when you need me. Well, guess what? Austin isn't here anymore for you. I just wanted to be A-Town down with you, Randy. Go A-Town downtown, get some drinks, maybe some food. But no. No, you, Randy, you just treated me like I was an A-Town clown. And I deserve better than that. Triple H welcoming Austin to the group. And then Triple H says, but just a moment, heading into War Games, Austin, you made a decision. You made the decision to forfeit your spot in the Intercontinental title tournament, to focus on War Games, and I respect that. But you know, Austin, I think you deserve your shot. So Dolph Ziggler, get out here. And the new Intercontinental champion, Dolph Ziggler, makes his way down to the ring. You know, Owens, Cole, Balor, and Andrade leave. Referee down as well for 100. About to ring the bell. Triple H says, "Oh, and just one more thing." Then he turns to Dolph quickly, kick in the gut, pedigree. And then he turns and he says to the referee to ring the damn bell. The referee does. Austin Theory charges over, picks up Dolph. A-Town down. 1, 2, 3. Your new Intercontinental Champion is Austin Theory. For a 70, which, you know what, in a match that went 50 seconds, I'll take a 70, thanks. 67 Dolph, 78 Austin. Happy with that. Happy with that. Austin Theory takes a seat at Triple H's table and becomes the Intercontinental Champion. And after the match, Triple H gets the title, hands it to Austin Theory, raises his hand, raises his arm, and gives him the point again for a 94. Austin Theory over the moon as the boos continue to rain down on Austin Theory for what he did to Randy Orton. He's the Intercontinental Champion now. So even bigger boos, if anything. Oh, but Austin Theory's got his first piece of WWE silverware. Good for you, Austin. Good for you, you traitorous. I shouldn't. At what stage we're going to go backstage to R-Truth. R-Truth's looking very happy. I got my baby back, dog. Just me and my baby against the world now. Everything I ever wanted. And then, you know, gets dark. Lights on. Giant curtain there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of your favorite game show, Bobby Fish's Where's the Lie? And ladies and gentlemen, your host, Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, and welcome to another edition of your favorite game show, Bobby Fish's Where's the Lie? The game show where we ask that all-important question to a special guest. And today we got a special guest here in R-Truth, the 24/7 champion, R-Truth. Pleasure to have you on the show. R-Truth, he's going along. Yeah, R-Truth, it's R-Truth. He's just going to go along with it like he planned this. He's like, "Oh, what's up, dog? Well, what's going on here? Huh? This The Price is Right, huh? I love The Price is Right. I love watching that show. That Bob Barker, love it." And I was just like, nope. This is Bobby Fish. Where's the Lie? I'm going to ask you a question, and you're gonna tell me where's the lie. Okay, so for example, if I said, R-Truth, the sky is yellow, where's the lie? And R-Truth's like, dog, I don't think you can say that, okay? Okay? You can't disrespect Io Sky, the women's champions like that. And R-Truth, Bobby Fish like, no, I don't. You know what? Never mind. Let's just jump into the show. R-Truth, the big question, okay? You carry around that 24/7 championship like it means something when it's just a worthless piece of trash. Where's the lie? And R-Truth's like, well, dog, I see a lot of lies in what y'all just said. First of all, I don't know what the 24/7 championship is. You know, the I-95 47-11 championship, my baby here. If that's what y'all referring to, you know, it ain't worthless. My baby means the world to me. It means everything. It's very beautiful. And I'm just happy to have my baby back. And Bobby Fish, that is he's about to say incorrect, but then the siren goes off for a right answer. And Bobby Fish even is very confused. And R-Truth celebrating, I won. Do I go to the Showcase Showdown now? Bobby Fish is like, oh, once again, not Price is Right. But R-Truth, apparently you're the special winner. And R-Truth's like, oh, dog, what I win, huh? What I win? And Bobby Fish says, you win a match with me for a 59. A winner. Congratulations, Mr. Truth. R-Truth would love it. I feel like R-Truth would kill a game show segment like this. 59 is fine, yeah. Later tonight, R-Truth and Bobby Fish 1-on-1. Where is the lie, everybody? As we're going to go to the ring, to Nikki Cross in the ring. Crowd booing her after she attacked Thea Hail last week. And Nikki Cross says that she's tired of sitting around in the back. She was tired of watching Lexi, who betrayed her, climb to the top like she meant nothing, and then just sitting in the back and watching people like Thea Hail come in and take away her spotlight and her moments that she could be having. No. Nikki Cross says that she knows people call her crazy, but she says she's as sane as she's ever been, and she's here to finally take her moments for an 82. Lovely, Nikki. Lovely. And then Nikki Cross in action next up against Wendy Chu. The Chu crew rise up. And Nikki Cross does pick up the window for a 68, pretty good, 68 Nikki, 47 Wendy. I'll definitely take a 68 on that one. Nikki gets the win. After the match, though, Nikki Cross arm raised, chase you, music hits, outcome, chase you. Andre Chase, Bodhi Hayward, Malik Blade, and Edris Enofe. No Thea Hail, still banged up after the attack last week, but those four come out. Andre Chase wanting some answers, okay? You don't just come for a Chase you member like that, okay? You come for one of us, you come for all of us. None of them happy. Nikki Cross just smiling, angrily and laughing. This is my moment, okay? These are my moments now. And that's when from behind, Chase you are attacked. I mean, immediately, Edris and Malik get laid out from behind, then right into Bodhi. They try and get their feet and they just stomped out by there's no other way to describe it, a big bastard with a hood, but the hood falls and you see it's Killian Dane, and Killian Dane just storming through. He got them from behind when they weren't expecting it, and just storming through Chase U here, ending with just taking out Andre Chase, and then Nikki Cross stopping Killian, and Nikki Cross just laughing as she looks down at the fallen Chase U for a 47. Lovely, yeah. Oh God, Nikki Cross really going for Chase U right now, huh? God. Lovely. God. I said God a lot there. When we're going to go backstage, and we're going to go backstage to Triple H. Triple H is walking around, heading to the car park maybe to leave. When by walks Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. And Cody, Triple H says, "What do you want, Cody?" And Cody says that, "Look, maybe we should have expected what you did. You're the type to always pull something like that. But you know what, Hunter? It doesn't matter. Okay, you can put Randy out if you want, but there's still going to be people around here who are going to work to stop you, me included, okay? And I have a lot of dreams in this business still to go. Be a WWE World Champion is one of them for sure. But I can't do that. I can't do any of it until I get you. Because the reason I came back right here, right now, is for you. The reason I came back for Survivor Series WarGames was for you, Hunter. Because you and me, this has been a long time coming. So later tonight, Hunter, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to that ring. You can send whichever of the boys at your table you want to send. Send as many as you want. And I'll put them all down. I'll do whatever it takes. Because before 2022 is through, before Armageddon rains down, I'm coming for you. For a 95, very good. Randy Orton might be out, but Cody Rhodes not letting go of his own mission to stop Triple H. Says he's coming for Armageddon. He'll be in that ring later tonight waiting for if any of Triple H's chosen want to step up. Lovely. We're going to go to the ring next for that earlier announced match you've all been waiting for. It's Bobby Fish versus R-Truth. Not expecting a high rating here. The two men go at it. In the end, Bobby Fish does get the win with his... Okay, he does that leg submission that's called like the Fish Deluxe. It's now called the Lie Detector. Because the Lie Detector works best as a submission name, in my opinion. So yes, Bobby Fish locks in the Lie Detector. And where's the lie? There is one? There is none? I don't know how that would work. But R-Truth taps out. And Bobby Fish gets the win. And Bobby Fish takes the 24/7 title. He claims it. He's pinned the 24/7 champion. He's claiming that title for a 58. 61 Fish, 30 Truth. Lovely. Bobby Fish picks up the victory over Truth here. And Truth once again has lost his baby. Then we're going to go to Kathy Kelly here, guys. Interviewing Kevin Owens. And she asks him about how he's feeling. Survivor Series WarGames, he was defeated and he lost his WWE Championship. And Kevin says, how am I feeling? How am I feeling? Are you serious here, Kathy? How am I feeling, huh? My WWE Championship, I didn't lose the WWE Championship. It was... And he stops himself. Seems like he's composing himself and just shakes his head and then just storms away before he says something he regrets, potentially, for a 100. Lovely, Kevin. Lovely work as always. Kevin Owens is clearly not dealing too well with that WWE Championship loss at Survivor Series WarGames to Seth Rollins. When we're going to go to the ring and we're going to cut. Yeah, we're going to cut to the ring. Out comes the Women's World Champion and the Kingpin Io Sky. Io Sky says she did what she said she would do. So as his WarGames, she beat Rhea Ripley. She's still on top. She's still the Women's World Champion. No one can touch the Kingpin. Out comes Kairi Sane again. Once again, Kairi not giving in, not giving up. She wants to prove herself. She wants to prove she can go at the top with Io Sky, but Io Sky just says no. Kairi, you're not good enough. You're not good enough to hold this title, and you're not good enough to beat the Kingpin. The two women staring down. When out comes Paige. I don't know how I can describe tonight. I don't know if I probably wouldn't describe it like an out-and-out draft, because it's not like picks being announced as they go. Maybe more of a shake-up, because yeah, Survivor Series WarGames, I wanted to, the card-wise, it was a very big event. So I'm just trying to shake some things up before the Rumble, before the road to WrestleMania. So across all three shows in this episode especially, some names will be popping up, moving around. Paige being one of them. And yeah, Paige makes her way out to the ring. And Paige says that, well, you know, hi guys, Paige here. And Paige coming down and throwing her own hat in the ring. Paige wants to step up. Paige says that she can go with the Kingpin. For a 96 is very good. And then a match next up. The Kingpin will watch on at ringside as Kairi Sane takes on Paige. In the end, Paige picks up the win with the Rampage for a 75. Good match. 76 Kairi, 68 Paige, both doing all right. But yes, Paige picks up the win on her new show, and yeah, she thinks she can go with the Kingpin. She might get a chance at some point. Who knows? We're going to cut to a little promo from Imperium. Gunther still on top, still European champion, and Gunther says that Imperium's eyes move to more gold. The match is sacred. And one of wrestling's oldest traditions is tag team wrestling. And so now Ludwig and Giovanni turn their eyes to gold of their own for an 83. Lovely. Turn their eyes to gold of their own, of course, in the form of that Raw Tag Team Championships. When out comes the almighty Bobby Lashley, with MVP, Ezra Judge, and Moose, of course. And MVP announces another almighty open challenge for anyone who thinks they can step up to the almighty Bobby Lashley, the unstoppable almighty Bobby Lashley. When mosey on's out, an older-looking gentleman with a fine mustache and a fine hat upon his head. And MVP saying, all right, old-timer, I don't know where where off the street you wandered in from, but if you want to go 1-1 with the almighty Bobby Lashley, I just don't know if your hips can handle that, old guy. And he says, well, howdy there, partner. My name's Stan Hansen, WWE Hall of Famer. No, I will not be accepting this almighty open challenge you've proposited to me. But you see, I thought I'd mosey on down here with a partner of my own I found who wants to step up for this here open challenge. And yeah, speaking of big things, making this a special show, out comes, with Hall of Famer Stan Hansen, the Hangman Adam Page, whose debut, and a inevitable debut, may have been spoiled when I put him instead of Harland in a segment once upon a time, but let's not pretend that didn't happen. Hangman Adam Page moseys on out. The crowd, big pop, a lot of big names appearing tonight. Hangman, just one of them. Hangman Adam Page and Stan Hansen making their way down to the ring for a 79 is good, and it's gonna be the almighty Bobby Lashley versus the Hangman Adam Page here in the almighty open challenge. Stan Hansen's cowboy gimmick gone adequate. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And yes, Adam Page, Bobby Lashley, both men good at going at it. You know, MVP Bobby Lashley maybe caught off guard by Adam Page, not expecting him, obviously, and maybe underestimating him a lot. And Adam Page picking up a really good fight, getting very close on Lashley on numerous occasions as the match goes on. Lashley gets the hurt lock in, but Adam Page manages to kind of climb the turnbuckle to turn it around into a pinning combination. Lashley having to let go, match carrying on. In the end, Lashley goes for a spear, but Adam Page gets a foot up to daze Bobby Lashley, and then he takes him down. Then Hangman Adam Page going onto the apron, ready for that buckshot lariat. He steadies himself as Bobby Lashley gets onto his feet. He goes to jump when MVP grabs a hold of his leg and pulls him back down. Adam Page disrupted, turning to Lashley and kicking him off, or readying himself again, flipping over the rope and directly into a spear from Bobby Lashley as Bobby Lashley gets the 1, 2, 3. You know what? I made Titus O'Neil a world champion, and yet I feel this might be the most controversial booking decision I've done in a long time. This is right up there. I doubted myself on this, but yes, Bobby Lashley, thanks to that cheating from MVP, does get the win here. Now, I think it's okay, personally. I can talk you through it. Look, Hangman's Hangman. He's not going to win every match. I can understand wanting to start him off with a big one in his debut. I think he puts up a really good fight against a massive guy like Lashley. He comes close, and you can say he was going to win if not for that MVP interference. MVP had to cheat for Lashley to win. I think it's okay. And then obviously, you know, Hangman will not just sit down and take this, will he? He'll want to avenge that loss. He'll be coming for Lashley. Some more matches, maybe Hangman, you know, deal with MVP, come out on top next time. Maybe. But yeah, God. Controversial. 82 though. Very good. When we're going to go backstage to a sad Kyrie. Kyrie's sad, you know, disappointing again, but she's just going to keep going. She's not going to let herself down, you know. She knows that she is good enough, despite what Io says. She knows she's good enough, and she's just going to keep going. In comes Naomi and Nia to laugh at her. You know, just give up. You're not good enough, okay? The only superstar around here who is good enough isn't you. It's not that Paige out there. No, it's us. Okay, so just give up this silly little dream you have, Kyrie, because you'll never be Women's World Champion. When by walks a very angry Asuka. Speaking of big appearances, Asuka, with her first appearance, I checked. She did the Women's WrestleMania Battle Royale, and before that it was the Royal Rumble. So Asuka hasn't been here in a long time, but she makes her return. I thought of saving her for the Rumble, but I don't think it's like that necessary. Get her in now, start building her up, ready for that Rumble. And Asuka very angry. Former partners with Kyrie, of course. You know, she does some shouting in Japanese at a very confused Naomi and Nia, and they just walk away in the end. Asuka checking on Kyrie. Kyrie happy to see Asuka. 81, lovely. It's the Raw after Survivor Series WarGames. You never know who's going to show up, baby, do ya? As afterwards, Cody does come down to the ring ready for a match, and his challenge is answered by Andrade of Triple H has chosen. Andrade coming down, Cody Rhodes versus Andrade. It's a banger, isn't it? This has happened, hasn't it? It's definitely happened in AEW. And yes, Cody Rhodes in the end does get the win with the Crossroads for a 97. Beautiful. The two go to absolute war here. Once again, days after War Games. And Cody Rhodes gets the win for that 97. 97 Andrade, 79 Cody. Very, very happy with that. Cody Rhodes comes out on top, and he's not going to let that pursuit go. He wants Triple H, like he said. Well, we're going to end this show with outcomes. The WWE Champion, Seth freaking Rollins. And Seth comes out, you know, WWE title. He's got a fancy suit on. Sitting as WWE Champion, to me personally, is the perfect time to bring in that particular Seth persona with the suits, very over the top, you know. WWE Champion, it feels like the right time. And Seth says, well, here we are again. It was just a matter of time, till old Seth Rollins was back at the top, baby. Here I am, WWE Champion again. It was always going to be that way. Huh? No hard feeling, huh? No hard feeling, Kevin. Because you see, A guy like me, like Seth Rollins, it's always just going to be matter of time till I'm back on top, baby. And Owens storms down to ring, and Owens looks like he's had enough. And he says, you know what? No. I've had enough of this, okay? You stole that title from me. You shouldn't have been in that damn match in the first place, okay? And you want to stand here and laugh about me. No hard feelings. I got plenty of hard feelings for you, Seth, right now. And Seth's saying, whoa, Kevin, where's this animosity coming from, man? You and me, we're friends, huh? Triple H is chosen. We sit at the same table, and as long as this title is on one of our waists, does it even matter whose? And then out comes Chad Gable. And Chad Gable himself isn't too happy. He says, look, I should have known. I know what Triple H, what all of you are like. That I wouldn't just be allowed to win that championship like I was gonna. That doesn't mean I'm gonna stop. Kevin, you're angry. I'm angry because I had you beat, Kevin. It should be me with that title by now, but it's not. That doesn't mean I'm gonna stop. Seth, you might have that WWE championship, but all that means is that my attention is on you right now. And Kevin, very much not happy about this. Another challenger stepping up for this title that was stolen from him, in his words. And then out comes Angel Garza. And Angel Garza says, whoa. Okay? I went to war. I went to war for this. And now war is over. And now Christmas is coming. And the only gift I want is that WWE Championship. Kevin, you said the WWE title was stolen from you. It was stolen from me a long time before you. And so if anyone around here is getting their shot for that title, it should be me. MJF waltzing out now, and he's saying, gentlemen, please. Okay? All four of you have had your chances and opportunities. Kevin, you've had that title, and you've lost it a lot. Chad, you've had your chances, and you lost. Angel, you had the title, and you let it slip through your fingers. I think it's time some fresh blood gets an opportunity, and my inevitable destiny is finally realized. And speaking of big names popping up on Monday Night Raw post Survivor Series War Games, the former NXT champion LA Knight walks out onto that ramp. And he says, a lot of people I see talking about what's next for LA Knight. Saying, oh, LA Knight was defeated. Well, let me tell you one thing. LA Knight doesn't lose. He just gets ready to upgrade. That NXT championship not around my waist anymore. Because you see, the Golden God, he was ready to step up past the NXT championship to that championship got right there, Seth Rollins. But I see that there's a bit of a line forming. So allow me to run down the alleged competition, shall we? You got MJF over there, claiming he's God's gift to wrestling when his biggest accomplishment to date is winning the Andre Memorial Battle Royale on a WrestleMania pre-show. Well, guess what? Whilst you were free to watch on YouTube, I was being John Cena on pay-per-view. Yeah. You got Chad Gable, whose ass I already beat so badly back in Money in the Bank when I won the NXT Championship. I don't think any more needs to be said about that, do you? Yeah. Next up, you got Angel Garza taking every chance he gets to moan and complain about losing the WWE Championship in 5 minutes. Newsflash, bozo. Edge or no edge, that title won't stay around your waist for long, because you just ain't got it, kid. Yeah. Then there's Kevin Owens who can't keep a hold of that championship even when the big man upstairs is practically surgically tying it around his waist. You want another swing of being the top dog, KO? I'm sure these fans would love to see you wall around here with that belt for another week or so before your reign gets KO game over, just like all the other ones. Yeah. And finally, you got Seth. You got a WWE champion, Seth freaking Rollins. Well, guess what, Seth? I see you there wearing your Sunday best with a WWE Championship gold round your waist. Well, I got a news flash for you. Wear your Sunday best all you want, Seth. Pray to Papa H upstairs if you gotta. But this ain't Sunday night. This is Monday night. And Monday Night Raw is now officially the L.A. Night Show. And this Golden God's getting that gold round his waist wherever... And this Golden God is getting that gold round his waist, whether any of y'all waste of times like it or not, because that is just a fact of life. Yeah. For a 100, of course. Very, very good. Jesus Christ, LA. Yep, LA Night. Jumping on over to Monday Night Raw is now the LA Night Show. And just looking at it, as a WWE Championship field, this is quite lovely to me. It's very off compared to real life, but it's quite lovely to me. Seth Rollins is the champ, but he's got a slew of challengers presenting themselves, all wanting a swing at that beautiful suit-wearing man for that 100. Lovely. Lovely. Spanish Fly were meant to be here. I thought I put them in. They're also coming to Monday nights. I was certain I put them in. I guess I haven't. But Raw, overall, gets us a 97. Very good show. Good matches. Yeah, Bobby Fish won a title. We love that. Where's the lie, everybody? Paige is here. LA Knight's here with Spanish Fly, of course. The Golden Gods. Hangman's here. Came up short because of cheating. Okay. If you don't agree with the booking decision, I apologise. But, you know, Hangman, it's Hangman. You know. He'll be back. He will not let that slide, will he? And Cody's beginning his quest towards that WWE, well, a match with Triple H, is who he wants. And how can I forget? Austin Theory, your new Intercontinental Champion, as the reigns booed down. The boos rain down. There you go. But that is it for Raw. And in a statement I haven't said in a while, God, there's another show next, isn't there? So without further ado, let's just jump on over to look at the fallout from Survivor Series WarGames and begin the build-up to NXT TakeOver WarGames on NXT. And NXT is going to get underway with the new NXT North American Champion Montez Ford coming out to the ring. Montez Ford was shaking things up with a lot of people moving around. Montez Ford, of course, coming on over to NXT. Regal had to snatch him up now he's got that title. And Montez Ford says that it is good to be back on NXT full time, and it's good to be here with his NXT North American Championship. He says that he has history on NXT, of course. Former tag team champions back with Dawkins, when him and Dawkins were still a thing. But now he's here on his own, and he's here with gold once again. And he says he wants to be a fighting champion. He says he doesn't want to just sit aside and just wait out till he has to make events. He wants to seek them out. So anyone who wants to step up right now, to want to let their intentions know that they want a shot at this title, come on.
Apollo! Yeah, I'm gon' get it.
When another new superstar on NXT comes out in the form of Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews, of course, accompanied by Bubba Dundee and Omos. And Apollo Crews also new on NXT, coming from Raw. And he says he's returned to NXT as well. But in his first time in NXT, he didn't get a fair shot at anything. No titles, no matches, really, even. And so he's come to NXT to take what should have been his all that time ago. And right now, what he's wants to take is that NXT North American Championship. For a 93, it's very good. Both men still a bit banged up from Survivor Series WarGames. So that match will be the main event of next week. Look at me planning ahead. Big match next week. North American title on the line. Montez Ford taking on Apollo Crews. Then we're going to just continue on tonight with the first match of the NXT Breakout Tournament quarter final. We got these lovely little graphics made, the women's and, normal Breakout Tournament. NXT Breakout and NXT Women's Breakout Tournament quarterfinals both begin tonight. Quarterfinals this week and next week, then semi-finals week after. Finals NXT Takeover WarGames. There we go. And we're kicking things off with Kid Bandit taking on Nate Preston in the NXT Breakout Tournament. Nate Preston, 1/4 of GOATED Golded, taking on Kid Bandit. Kid Bandit looking to continue their story, looking to write their own path in history, in WWE history, looking to break out. The protagonist of professional wrestling taking on Nate Preston, who I think his gimmick is officially set to Rich Prick, if you're wondering what type of guy he is. And in the end here, it is Kid Bandit who comes out on top with that Phoenix Splash to book their spot into the semi-finals of the Breakout Tournament. 19 for the match, because God, 14 Kid Bandit, 26 Nate Preston. It's okay, Kid Bandit's got a lot of building up to do, but I'm a patient man. Kid Bandit gets the win and is the first superstar advancing to the semi-finals of the NXT Breakout Tournament. Nate Preston defeated, half of GOATED Golded is still left. Duke Sterling in action next week and Oro Mensah in action later tonight. We're going to continue on to the show next up. And out comes two superstars who failed in the Breakout Tournament, but nonetheless have found an alliance of sorts with each other. Just because I did them as a one-off team on Smackdown, and I liked it enough to keep going. And so out comes No Shame, Jimmy Shane, and the Boston Brawler. The Boston Brawler, of course, accompanied by his father, the Brooklyn Brawler. I imagine Jimmy Shane in, how the Brooklyn Brawler has his white vest with the Brooklyn Brawler. Boston Brawler's got his with the Boston Brawler. Jimmy Shane would come out in one, obviously. It could be the LA Brawler. It could be the Shameless Brawler. Whatever you want to say. As a tag team, I called them the Shameless Brawler, so it'd probably be the LA Brawler, wouldn't it? He comes out in the ring, getting a last-minute little pep talk at ringside from the Boston Brawler and the Brooklyn Brawler about his upcoming match.
It's a shameful thing, you've lost your head. A careless man who could wind up dead. You wear your sin like it's some kind of prize.
And out comes his opponent, another new superstar on NXT, Sheamus O'Shaughnessy. Just Sheamus. Sheamus, making the move over to NXT, was on Monday Night Raw, last seen in September. Yep. Defeated by Drew McIntyre after they had fully broken up and everything. And now coming to NXT, looking to forge a new path for himself on the black and gold for a 96. Very good. And then Sheamus in action against Jimmy Shane, the Brooklyn and Boston Brawlers watching on. No shame here. And there is no shame in the fact that he is defeated by Sheamus, of course. Sheamus in the end, hitting the bro kick onto Jimmy Shane to put him down and get the 1, 2, 3 for a 62. Good match. 74 Sheamus, 25 Jimmy Shane. Jimmy Shane doing all right. And Sheamus picking up the win. He looked good out there. That's just the power of being in the ring with Jimmy Shane, I suppose. Sheamus picking up the win with the bro kick in the end here, getting his arm raised and getting off to a nice start on the black and gold. Then we're going to go backstage to Lexi Nair, and Lexi Nair is interviewing Johnny Gargano. And Johnny Gargano, he's happy about the win. So as War Games, of course, he defeated Shinsuke Nakamura in the first time ever bout between the two. Showed respect after, got the win. He's happy about that. He's sad about other things, says that Candice is currently hurt, nursing some wounds following a match with Mandy Rose. He says she'll be fine. He's just taking a little bit of time. But yeah, got the win against Nakamura. He thanks Nakamura for the match again. Wishes him best of luck in whatever's next for him over in NXT Japan. And Gargano says he's turning his own attention to what's next for him on NXT. Because, he came out last month and he said he didn't know what was left on NXT. But then that match with Nakamura just relit that fire in him here on NXT. And so he might not know what's next, but he's excited to find out. And then what's next might walk into the room. Because in comes Roderick Strong, the the Cruiserweight champion. And he's here with Malcolm Bivens, Ivy Nile, Brutus Creed, and Julius Creed. The other two members of the Diamond Mine, of course, Taz and Hook, aren't here. Just because Hook is in action later tonight in the Breakout Tournament. So they're doing some last-minute training. But Roderick Strong says that, You know, you call yourself the heart of NXT. You and me, we've had a lot of problems in the past, Johnny. So you want to know what's next? Well, I think what's next for me is I'd like to put down the so-called heart and soul of NXT. For an 86 match later tonight, Johnny Gargano taking on Roderick Strong one-on-one in what will hopefully be a little bit of a banger. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But we're going to move on now to the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament quarterfinals, the first of those. And the match is going to be between Fallon Henley and Misha Slamovich. Misha Slamovich looking for another superstar to fall in her path of destruction as she breaks out here on NXT. Fallon Henley looking to show what she can do, looking to show she can hang. She's, spent some time over on Raw, but she wants to break out on her own and show what she is capable of on her own here on NXT. Breakout Tournament. NXT Women's Breakout Tournament quarterfinal at the very least. Fallon Henley, Misha Slamovich. In the end, it is Misha Slamovich who picks up the win with the snowplow to get the 1-2. Misha Slamovich's path of destruction goes through Fallon Henley. For a 32 is okay. 47 Misha, 26 Fallon. Happy with that. Happy enough with that. Misha Slamovich gets a very lovely little victory here. Fallon put up a good fight, but it's Misha advancing into the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament semi-finals. There you go. It took me a minute to realise what it was again. But yeah, Misha Slamovich advances. And then next up, it's going to be Toxic Attraction in the ring. Toxic Attraction in the ring and very pleased with themselves. Mandy says that Gigi and JC might not have reclaimed their women's tag titles, but they will. It's inevitable, she says, just like her keeping hold of this NXT women's title is inevitable. She hears the little Candice is hurt. Oh, she has to go home and nurse her boo-boos from the ass beating that Mandy Rose gave her. Well, that's okay, Candice. Not everyone can hang with the top dog around here. But rest assured that this NXT Women's title will be safely round my waist. Well, forever.
I'm on my own, against the wall. The pressure's building, but no, I will never fall. Instead of crying, they hear me roar. And now I see that I'm...
Well, now comes another new name here on NXT. Bianca Belair. Montez Ford coming over, and so is Bianca, Lovely, the couple reunited. Bianca Belair saying, Mandy, I've been watching you run your mouths from Friday nights for long enough, I think. Because you see, Mandy, you want to waltz around here like you're the top dog. You say, well, truth of the matter is, Mandy, you might have the gold, but I am the fastest, the strongest, the roughest, the toughest, and the best. And so, Mandy, you might have that title for now, but, well, the EST is here. And so, I think I'll be taking that from you. And I know you got your little friends there, and I'll happily whoop all your asses on my own, but don't worry, because I brought some backup.
Welcome to the ball pit. You can get your ass kicked. Off the top backflip. Hit you with an axe quick. Who's your daddy? Tell me now. Biggest balls up in the room. When I slam you on the ground, you gon' hear 'em.
And then afterwards, we're going to go to William Regal's office. And William Regal in there with, his son's there, Charlie Dempsey. And in is going to walk Sheamus. Sheamus new here in NXT. And he says that, he wanted to come see Regal. He knows why Regal picked him. Because he's the toughest bastard, in this business. And so, he tells Regal that he's here on NXT. And he's here to do whatever the hell he damn well pleases. And that no matter who gets in his path, Sheamus is ready for a fight. And then steps in Charlie Dempsey and he walks over to Sheamus. And he says, I like a fight. For a 99 Sheamus and Charlie just staring down for a minute. William Regal trying to, separate them a little bit. Get away from your son, mate. But still, Sheamus here at NXT. And looking for a fight. He's very much looking for a good old fight, isn't he? A nice old scrap for Sheamus O'Shaughnessy. And then we're going to continue on the NXT Breakout Tournament. And it's going to be Hook of the Diamond Mine taking on Oro Mensah of G-O-A-T-E-D, goaded. Oro Mensah, yeah. Hook versus Oro Mensah. Both men, you know, looking to break out, looking to keep going. The winner of this match in a semi-final in 2 weeks' time will take on Kid Bandit in the NXT Breakout Tournament. In the end, the Superstar, who will be facing Kid Bandit in a few weeks' time, and is one step closer to breaking out, is Hook. Hook does get the win. He does lock in that red rum and get the victory against Oro Mensah. 30 for the match is good. 40 or Hook. 31 Oro Mensah. Hook was off his game as well, so we'll take that, won't we? As yes, Hook advances into the semi of the NXT Breakout Tournament. It will be Hook versus Kid Bandit, 1-on-1 for a spot in the final. Hopefully a very good match. Hook and Kid Bandit. Fingers crossed. High hopes. High hopes. As then we go backstage to Lexi Nair interviewing Legado. Zelina, Dominic, and the Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions, Santos Escobar, and Humberto Correa. And they're in a good mood. Survivor Series WarGames, they dominated. Zelina says Legado showed exactly what they are, what they're capable of doing, what they can continue doing. Santos and Humberto with those Cruiserweight Tag titles that they will hold and continue holding. And Dominic, when he defeated Trey Griffin, and is, you know, she says Dominic has already got his eyes on some gold because Legado is building their legacy, and Legado is on top. For 61. Lovely, lovely. Legado, a very good Survivor Series WarGames into Zelina Vega, looking, you know, straight looking into the future for what's next, and that's her, Santos and Humberto keeping those Cruiserweight Tag titles, and Dominic Mysterio getting some gold of his own. When we're going to go to Tony D'Angelo, and he's got his boys there. He sat at a table, ready for this meeting with his rival family who's been coming onto his turf. Don Wagner, Happy Harland, Oldest Tucker, Oldest the Bulldozovich, Tucker Night, and American Mouse all there. Tony, a look of concern on his face. You know, he's got a lot going on in his mind. He's got all this going on. He's also got Ariana telling him she's pregnant. He's got a hell of a lot going on, you know. He keeps looking down at his phone until the other man he's been waiting for walks into the room and takes a seat. And Tony says, "So you're the wise guy coming onto my turf, huh?" And then the man is revealed to be Jinder Mahal. And behind him you have Veer, Sangha, the Singe brothers, and Shanky. And Jinder says, "This is not your turf anymore. I hear you call yourself the Don. Well, I am the Maharaja. And I am the leader of the Mafia Raja. And this turf that you say is yours is not anymore. We will do as we please. And if you want to try and get in our way, we will happily put you down." Tony, not too impressed, you know? Hey, listen up, buddy. You can make your threats all you want, but the guys who make threats towards me and my boys and my family, they don't last too long out there, okay? Capiche? You understand? You comprende? And Jinder saying, "And the people who make threats of me last even shorter. I came here as a courtesy to give you a warning. If I were you, I would leave. But if you choose to stay, okay. But this turf, we will do as our please. And if you try to get involved, then we're going to have a problem." Jinder walking out, you know, him and his men walking away, Veer standing behind for a minute, staring down with Happy Harland. Happy Harland always staring down with someone, isn't he? Before they walk away for a 51. Lovely, lovely, yes. The rival family intruding onto Tony's turf is Jinder Mahal the Maharaja and his Mafia Raja, who definitely aren't just here because I thought of the name Mafia Raja and I thought it was really, really good. Lovely. Tony's got a hell of a lot going on, hasn't he? He's got the threats from the Mafia Raja now to deal with, as well as Ariana saying she's pregnant. A hell of a lot to deal with, you know. A hell of a lot to be going on. 51, though, is good. It's good. Happy with that. Happy with that. And then we're going to continue on next up with another quarterfinal in the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. And it's going to be Cassidy Rayne taking on Tatum Paxley. Cassidy Rayne, of course, accompanied by Tricky Willett and the big booty baddies Massey in this square. And, you know, Tatum Paxley coming down. Tricky kind of courting Tatum Paxley for a spot as well. Both women wanting this match. Cassidy, you know, hasn't really been enjoying Tricky paying attention to Tatum, you know. She's kind of a woman in the group, but she's not happy with that kind of competition per se, but still Tatum looking to prove herself as well, looking to break out on her own. Cassidy versus Tatum for a spot in the semi-final against Misha Slamovich in 2 weeks' time. Cassidy Rayne, Tatum Paxley. In the end, it is Cassidy Rayne who gets the win here over Tatum Paxley with that ripcord lariat for a 34. It's fine. 19 Tatum off her game, sadly. 53 Cassidy. Cassidy. Very good, isn't she? She's already very good and getting better. God. Cassidy Rayne gets a nice big victory for her. Well done. You know? After the match, Tricky in the ring raises Cassidy's arm, of course, and then leans down to Tatum and hands her business card, you know? Call me up. You really want to break out? Call Tricky up and Tricky. Oh, Tricky, happy to give you a hand. Cassidy not looking too impressed, just rolling her eyes a bit. For a 44. Lovely. As yes, Cassidy Rayne advances into the semi-final of the Women's Breakout Tournament. It will be Cassidy Rayne taking on Misha Slamovich for a spot in the final in 2 weeks' time. Lovely. Lovely. But for now, it's time for the main event. It's Johnny Gargano taking on the Cruiserweight Champion Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong wanting a fight. Johnny refound his love for NXT, reignite that flame to do well. And maybe the victory of the Cruiserweight title will reignite a flame looking to go for that Cruiserweight title potentially. Maybe. Who knows? Johnny versus Roddy in the end. It is, after a hard-fought, quick-paced match, Johnny Gargano who gets the win for 76. Fine. 95 Johnny, 85 Roddy. What brought this match down? God. Poor commentary. Poor commentary. Damn it, gang. Oh well. Oh well. Johnny got Roddy. Put on an alright match in the end. And Johnny Gargano picks up the victory. Gets his arm raised. Or so he should. Before his arm can be raised, he's stormed into by the Creed brothers. The Brothers Creed, whatever you want to call them. It's Creed brothers. Storm into Roddy. Well, Johnny beat him down. Roddy to his feet and joins in. Malcolm Bivens leading traffic, gloating, taunting. Ivy Nile watching on as well as the Creed brothers hit that, you know, spine buster into the sit-out clothesline and then pick Johnny up, give him to Roddy to hit a backbreaker. And Roderick Strong stands tall, raising the Cruiserweight title over Gargano here. Gargano won the match, but Roddy stands tall for an 88. Good. Unlucky Johnny, but he got the win. He got the win. And you have to think he will not be happy with that attack. He was good though. He improvised well in being in pain. Well, we're going to end the show with outcoming Hit Row, Top Dollar, Ashanti, D Adonis, and B Fab. And they introduced the new NXT champion, Isaiah Swerve Scott. And Swerve Scott comes down to the ring. He thanks them for the introduction. And they say that, you know, they know that he wants to be out on his own. Don't want to be a part of Hit Row right now, but they still wanted to celebrate with him because, you know, in Hit Row or not, he's their boy. He's with them till the end. Well, they're with him till the end. And so, yeah, they host Championship Cypher because it was very cool when they did it for Cruiserweight title IRL, for the North American title IRL. I will not be doing a Cypher right now. I'm sorry to disappoint. If you are hoping for me to rap for the next few minutes, I apologize. If you really, really want it, maybe someday. Oh god, I can't wait for the post-WrestleMania challenge to do a bloody cypher. Oh god, there will not be one now though. 100 is lovely. Hit Row celebrating with Swerve. You know, Top Dollar Shanky raise his arm. He's got that cruiserweight title. He's happy. This is his moment. This is his time. Swerve is on top of NXT. Whose house? Swerve's house. Lovely, lovely, lovely legato from behind. Oh god. Oh god. Shockingly, that's meant to be Santos Escobar. He's brought the rating down a little bit as well. That's meant to be Santos Escobar, obviously. Legado, Dom, Santino, Humberto, and Zelina Vega. You know, into the ring. Santos and Humberto storming into Ashanti and Top Dollar. Dominic from behind with a steel chair right into Swerve's back, taking him down. You know, even Zelina Vega gets involved and takes down B-Fab. They laid him out. Santos and Humberto hit the Patrimonio driver onto Ashanti de Adonis. And then Dominic gets them to get Swerve up against the rope, and he hits him with a 619, and then the frog splash. And then Legado stand tall with Zelina Vega for a really beautiful and maybe funny image, whether you think. Zelina Vega hands the NXT Championship to Dominic Mysterio, and Dominic smiles at it before raising it over the fallen Isaiah Swerve Scott for a 67. Lovely. Rating-wise, very lovely end to the show. Overall, NXT gets an 85, which is alright. The main event, 76, brought it down. The 67 final segment brought it down. But a good show overall. Kid Bandit and Hook will meet in the semi-final of the NXT Breakout Tournament in 2 weeks' time. Cassidy Rain and Misha Slamovich will meet in the semi-final of the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament in 2 weeks' time. The other 4 quarterfinals next week for the other semi-finals. Bianca Belair is here, setting her sights on Toxic Attraction. Montez Ford, Apollo Crews next week for the NXT North American title. Sheamus is here, defeated Jimmy Shane, stared down with Charlie Dempsey. Jesus Christ, there's so much going on. There's so much going on in the build-up to... I mean, it's NXT TakeOver WarGames, so there has to be a lot going on, doesn't there? And the show ends, of course, with me not rapping, which might disappoint you. I apologise again. And Legado laying out Hit Row, and Dominic raising that cruise up the NXT Championship even. Lovely. So much going on in NXT heading to WarGames, and in the fallout from WarGames. God, maybe it's too much WarGames, who knows? But yeah, good show. Good show. And there's still fallout from Survivor Series WarGames to look at in the final show of the episode. Of course, ending things as always with another edition of Smackdown. And Smackdown gets underway with Keith Lee, Breezango, and Jimmy Uso coming down to the ring. The winning teams in WarGame. Winning team in WarGames. They come out and they're in a celebratory mood. Keith Lee says that at WarGames they came out victorious. And this was not a solo effort by any endeavor. This was a team effort, and he says that he could not have done this without his partners here, Tyler Breeze, Fandango, and Jimmy Uso, men he went to war with and won. Crowd cheering. And Keith Lee says that this does not stop here, though. Because WarGames, believe it or not, counter to its name, was not the whole war. It was simply a battle. And the board cannot end until I have reclaimed my Universal Championship, and my limitless Universal Championship reign begins anew. When he's interrupted, when they're all interrupted, shall I say, by Joe Gacy, the celebration's put to shore, and Joe Gacy coming out and saying that friends, all this talk of war, of battles, of pain and anger is not good. You have to know that the only way to live is with peace, not war. Throw down your arms. Denounce the war you have been a part of. And help find peace in my embrace. And shockingly, I'll shock you, Keith Lee, Breezango, and Jimmy Uso, not really up for that. It's a 75. And it's going to be a tag team match to kick off the show. It's going to be Control's Braun Strowman and EC3 taking on Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Of course, Tyler Breeze and Fandango having their own past with Control. Control injured Fandango, and then Tyler Breeze went through the members of Control in one-on-one matches, eventually getting Joe Gacy, where he defeated him. So a lot there. A lot of past there as well. And in the end, Fandango finally getting his match against Control, a chance to get revenge for himself, and he does, pinning EC3 in the process for a 79, very good match. 89 Strowman, 75 Breeze, 60 Fandango, 50 EC3, all doing okay. Christ knows how Braun Strowman's getting 89s, but yes. Breezango get the win. Keith Lee and Jimmy Uso still at ringside, getting the ring after the match, and they raise their allies' arms. Just a lovely moment. Just a lovely moment, coming off that WarGames win, you know. Keith Lee, Breezango, and Jimmy Uso, a bit of a unit, you know. United at the minute, at the very least, on Smackdown, because, you know, it's a dangerous place. As then we're going to go backstage to an interview, and we're going to go to Kayla Braxton. Oh god, I love Smackdown because I get to say that. And Kayla Braxton's interviewing Troy Donovan. Troy Donovan, who accidentally did a bit of a white supremacist promo last week. That promise wasn't intended. Troy Donovan's here, and, you know, off the back of his defeat last week, Troy Donovan says that, you know, he's tired of being overlooked. This is just how it's going to go now. He's tired of working so hard for people who don't deserve it, to get matches over him, to get screen time over him. And he's just tired of it, okay? He says he worked and earned everything he's ever got. He wasn't just handed anything. And he says he deserves to be able to come here on SmackDown and show what he's got. When he's interrupted by Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed not seen since The Purge. Yeah, so a few months back. Not The Purge. The Purge? Halloween Havoc. There you go. A few months back. And Bronson Reed walks in and says, well, I'm not doing anything tonight. So if you want to show what you can do, then show me. For a 53, which is fine. No, you know, no offense, Troy, you're bringing it down a little bit, but hey ho, here we go. Later tonight, Bronson Reed and Troy Donovan. Troy Donovan getting a chance to show what he can do against Bronson Reed. We're going to stay backstage, and we're going to go to a hallway, and we're going to see walking around two of the newest faces on Friday Night SmackDown, Alexa Bliss and Zoe Stark, making their way over from Monday Night Raw, moving things around. A lot of the women are moving around, really just freshen up the place. And Bliss and Stark walking around, happy to be here, finding their way around, when they're stopped by Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green. And yeah, Deonna's like, well, what is this? Not impressed. You know, Bliss says, you know, she's dealt with people like Deonna before. It doesn't intimidate her. And Deonna says, you might have, but I mean, your little friend here hasn't. Oh, the little rookie. I mean, what are you even doing here? You couldn't hang on Raw, and, well, SmackDown's got the Virtuoso, so I don't think you'll fare any better. Zoe Stark, happy to show what she can do. Deonna, you know, saying, you know, that Zoe Stark's not on her level, not worth her time, but Chelsea Green saying she'll happily teach Zoe Stark a lesson for 67. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. 67's good. Later tonight, Zoe Stark versus Chelsea Green. Lovely. And then we're going to go to the ring for a match, as advertised already. Bronson Reed versus Troy Donovan. One half the former SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Bronson Reed, you know, back in action. Looking to get back in a swing of it. Troy Donovan looking to show what he can do. In the end here, it is shockingly Bronson Reed hitting the tsunami. And getting the win for 68, which is good. 85 Bronson, 28 Troy. Happy with that. Bronson Reed shone. Troy Donovan is getting better at his gimmick. And those are all good things now, aren't they? Bronson Reed, though, does pick up the win. When we're going to go back to Kayla Braxton. God, I love going to Kayla Braxton. Kayla Braxton interviewing Liv Morgan and Leah. And Leah's a little down after her defeat last week, but she's just gonna keep going. Her and Liv say that they're best friends and they want to keep going together, keep improving together. They're both young, they say, but they both know what they want for their careers. They want to get to the top alone and together, because that's what friendship's about, gang. That's what friendship's about. Oh, Christ. When in walks to interrupt their interview, Sonya Deville and Tay Conti, and Sonya and Tay saying that try like you're not gonna get to the top. I mean, two little weak runts like you could never. I mean, Liv, maybe you could get somewhere. I mean, nowhere near the top, but somewhere up there. But that's only if you get rid of the dead weight you're currently lugging around. Aaliyah, not happy with that, and neither is Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan says to Sonya that she can go, and so can Aaliyah. And if Sonya wants to keep talking her mouth and running her mouth, then Liv will happily shut it for her. For an 82. Nice later tonight. Liv Morgan will take on Sonya Deville 1-on-1. We have a lot of women's tag teams running around at the minute, don't we? We really do have a lot of women's tag teams running around at the minute. And we're going to go to the ring for the match announced earlier as well. We're announcing a lot of matches earlier. It's Chelsea Green versus Zoe Stark, Deonna Purrazzo, and Alexa Bliss watching on from ringside, and they watch on as Zoe Stark does get the win in her new home on SmackDown. She picks up the victory with that belly to back GTS. I know what move it is. I don't think that's the official name by any stretch of the imagination. But it's a 57 for the match is good. 43 Chelsea, 56 Zoe. All going well. Zoe Stark gets the win. Looks raising her hand. The Honor not looking happy, but hey ho. Zoe gets the win on Friday Night SmackDown. And we're going to go backstage, back to Kayla Braxton. I love getting my use out of Kayla Braxton. Kayla Braxton is interviewing Ricochet. Another new name here on Friday Night SmackDown. Okay, he says, good to be here. He spent time on Raw, he spent time in NXT, but Friday nights, I've pretty much always eluded him. SmackDown, a legendary show with so much history, and it's good to be here, and he's looking forward to showing what he can do, showcasing what he can do, because he feels like a lot of people might have forgot what Ricochet is capable of. When in walks another new name on Friday nights, Cesaro. And Cesaro, saying that that's crazy, because he was thinking the exact same thing. Moving here, Friday Night SmackDown, getting the chance to showcase what he can do. So he says to Ricochet, hey, you want to show what you can do? I want to show what I can do. How about a friendly match later tonight? Ricochet's all for it. For 70. Nice little promo. Yeah. Later tonight, Ricochet Cesaro. Oh God, everyone's getting interrupted by someone for a match, but this one's a lot friendlier than all the others. So, Ricochet Cesaro later tonight. We're then going to go to a promo from the new $1 Million champion, Jade Cargill. She says she's officially signed to Friday nights. And she says that she was always told she was destined for greatness. And of course she believed it, because she's just that bitch. But finally, she has something to show for all of that. She has the $1 Million championship. And Jade says that she won't let it get to her head. But, well, let's face facts. She got in the ring with the EST, and, well, she came out the best. And now she has the $1 Million title, and she says she ain't letting that gold go. For a 75. It's good. It's good. Jade Cargill on Friday nights and got some gold round her waist and doing 75 rated segments. All good things in my books. All good things in my book. And then next up, early announced match again. Liv Morgan is taking on Sonya Deville 1-on-1. Ilja and Tay Conti at ringside. Match going on between the pair. You know, Sonya a strong start, Liv fighting in it, the underdog, you know, fans behind her. Match going on. Liv, you know, manages to roll Sonya through for a close 2. She goes for the Liv kick. When at ringside, though, Tay Conti attacks Ilja. You know, Ilja distracted, cheering on her friend. Tay Conti attacks her from behind. Liv gets distracted, and it allows Sonya Deville to lock in the Paige tap out. Huh? It allows Sonya Deville to lock in a submission and pick up the win. Liv no choice but to submit for an 87. Jesus Christ. 83 Sonya, 76 Liv. 87. Jesus Christ, women. These two, fair enough. Pop off. Pop off. Pop off. Slay. Liv Sonya Deville comes out on top over Liv Morgan here, following that distraction from Tay Conti. You know, Liv distracted by Ilja. Is Ilja holding Liv back? Well, if Ilja wasn't here, it looked like she would have won the match there. So many questions. So many questions. We're going to go backstage. I'll give you one guess. Who to? It's Kayla Braxton. And Kayla Braxton, you know, knocking on a locker room door. Roman Reigns' locker room door. Roman Reigns does not answer. There is no answer. She's knocking. And then Paul comes out. And Paul says that the tribal chief is not taking any interviews or questions at this moment. Thank you very much, Miss Braxton. And if you will keep incessantly knocking at the tribal chief's locker room door, then I will see to it, and the tribal chief will see to it, that you are reprimanded appropriately. For a 91, Paul slamming the door. Not too happy. You have to imagine Roman Reigns not in the best mood after losing WarGames. Yeah, you have to imagine that, don't you? Well, we have a little promo just going over their match at Survivor Series WarGames between Portela Muerte and Becky Lynch for the Women's Universal title. Of course, Portela Muerte winning clean to defeat Becky Lynch, become the new Women's Universal Champion. And at the end it says Portela Muerte will speak for the first time since her Women's Universal title win at Survivor Series WarGames later tonight for a 95. Lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. When we go to the ring, and we're going to go to our shock you, a match announced earlier tonight. We've done so many of them. It's Cesaro versus Ricochet. Both men new on Friday nights, and both men want to show what they're capable of, and they just go balls to the wall, throwing it all on the line, wanting to put their best foot forward and show what they can do here on SmackDown. And in the end, it's Ricochet who manages to roll Cesaro up and get a 1, 2, 3. Ricochet picks up the victory here on his SmackDown debut. Cesaro coming up just short, but a good match between the pair. 82 is good. 86 Ricochet, 65 Cesaro. Happy with that. They have pretty good chemistry as well. Lovely. Cesaro off his game, so, you know, is what it is, but Ricochet does come out on top here in the Battle of the Bold. Christ. The Battle of the Bold. Sure. And then after the match, they both shake hands. You know, of course, respectful, just a friendly match. They shake hands. And Cesaro saying that, you know, you got the best of me this time, but this will happen again, and next time you won't. And Ricochet saying, I look forward to that for a 79. Just respectful. It's just respectful. Not every match has to be, you know, dickhead versus person he's being a dickhead to. Just a nice, respectful little battle between Cesaro and Ricochet. Ricochet coming out on top. When commercial comeback outstorms Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston storming out to the ring, and he is in a foul mood. You know, he's not happy, saying that he is hurt, you know, in the hospital right now after that attack from Aleister Black, followed by the sister Abigail being checked on. He'll be fine. He'll be okay. But right now, Kofi says he is not okay. He is angry. He's, you know, quite frankly, he's pissed off. So Aleister Black, Tommaso Ciampa, whichever one of you want to come get some. Black and Ciampa coming out for an 80, and Aleister Black, the man who hit that black mass onto Big E, at Survivor Series War Games is the man who's going to be in action. Aleister Black versus Kofi Kingston here. And it's I would say a more vicious side of Kofi on display. Kofi is clearly very angry. You know, every kick has that just little bit more behind it. He does a lot of kicks, doesn't he? You know, every move he does, just a little bit more behind it, a little bit more aggressive. And in the end here, it is Kofi Kingston who had to come out on top. Aleister Black goes for a black mass onto Kofi, but Kofi ducks underneath and just grabs Aleister Black, rolls him up, and gets a 1, 2, 3. 75 in the match is fine. Yep, 79 Black, 76 Kofi. Happy enough with that. Aleister Black defeated, as Kofi Kingston does get the win, and a little bit of vindication after his friend. We're going to go one more time tonight, just the last time I promised, to Kayla Braxton interviewing Bronson Reed. You know, Bronson Reed happy to be back. You know, he says right now Joe he's away. He's got some stuff to deal with. You know, needs some personal time. But Reed says that he is back and he's raring to go again. So he says, you know, maybe his partner's not here, maybe the Smackdown tag title's not his future, but he's excited to be back on Friday Night Smackdown, and he's ready for battles and he's ready for war for an 89. Just short and sweet. Bronson Reed back. Samoa Joe currently not here, out for personal reasons. But Bronson Reed is here. He's raring to go, and he just wants to get back into the ring. Lovely. And speaking of the ring, let's go back there. And in the ring, we have, out comes the Women's Universal Champion, Portela Muerte. And Portela, not alone, of course. She's accompanied by, you know, her Judgment Day is kind of split. It's 6 members overall, and we haven't seen all 6 at the same time. We've seen 5 at a time before, but it's kind of mainly split. Portella's guys are mainly Dijak and Damian Priest. Edge's guys mainly Black and Ciampa. But yeah, Portela and Black just had a match, so you know he's not coming out. But yeah, Portela comes out with Donovan Dijak and Damian Priest. And Portela says that finally it is done. Charlotte, Sasha, Bayley, Becky. All those years ago, 4 horsewomen rode in to conquer and kill. And slowly they conquered and killed everyone and everything. And they would have killed the entire women's division if left unchecked, but now they have all fallen to me. And now the universe is in my hands. I waited and I waited, and my chance came, and finally I am on top. What's that? With that Women's Universal title. Where now comes the man, Becky Lynch, storming down to the ring, not intimidated by Priest or Dijak at all. Priest and Dijak not stepping in, you know, standing either side of Portela, not stepping in to intervene. They know she can handle herself. Portela just looking at Lynch, and Lynch saying, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa there, fella." Christ. I don't know if Becky Lynch ever said fella. Whoa, 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 whoa there, fella. She can be a fella person now. You might have beat me at Survivor Series War Games, but don't think that this is over between us. Because you didn't kill this horsewoman. Because the man still rides. And the man is still going to get back what you took from me in that Women's Universal Championship. And Portela says, Becky, if this is what you want, you can have it. But be warned. Survivor Series I went easy on you. I could have put you down and killed you like I did all the others. But I had a moment of weakness at the end. But rest assured, Becky, if you want to go again, I will not be weak. I will bring death for you like I brought death for all your other horsewomen. So make your choice, Becky. Continue your crusade. Come for me again. And be put down once and for all. And Becky Lynch saying that you can try and kill the man, but the man's always going to come around. For a 100. Becky Lynch not going to be intimidated by that, is she? Becky Lynch wants a fight with Portela Muerte. She wants to beat her. She wants that Women's Universal Championship. 100 is lovely. Lovely end to the show. Portela, the new champion, of course, but Becky Lynch stepping right back up and saying, I'm coming for you. I'm coming to get that championship back. As overall, this fallout from Survivor Series WarGames episode of Smackdown gets an 86. Lovely. The 75 main event match, bringing it down a bit, but hey ho. A lot of new names on SmackDown, especially in the women's division. You know, freshening things up. Bronson Reed's back, which is lovely. Keith Lee, Breezango, and Jimmy Uso still cool. Roman Reigns, very pissed. Ricochet and Cesaro are here, and they had a nice little banger, which is lovely. And Sonya Deville and Liv Morgan had match of the night on an 87, which very happy with. Very happy with. And Kofi getting a little revenge for E, which we also love. But that's going to be all for today. I hope you have enjoyed. Of course, we're going to continue to build up now towards the final premium live event pay-per-view specials of the year, NXT Takeover, WarGames and Armageddon. So a lot to look forward to, so you're not going to want to miss a thing. So if you have enjoyed and you don't want to miss a thing, please do leave a like and subscribe for more to not miss a single thing on the road to those premium live event specials. And then, of course, straight into the road to WrestleMania, Royal Rumbles, Elimination Chambers, and WrestleMania 39 itself. You really won't want to miss a thing when we get there. So yeah, do subscribe, leave a like if you have enjoyed, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts down below. Have you got an early pick for Royal Rumble winner? Would love to hear it. And as always, I just want to say a very special thank you for watching.